Okay, that was good. Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna try something new here. This is absolutely new to me, okay? And I was thinking to myself, if you're gonna try something new, JEMS Mount Hermon is the place to do it, okay? Because these are the most gracious people in the world. If you fail here, just don't do it out there, okay? Seriously. All right, so I'm gonna do a little stand-up, okay? Like I said, I've never done this before. And so, but the thing is, when I told Scott I was gonna try to do something like that, I said, I'm gonna do stand-up, but I didn't tell him I'm gonna do stand-up comedy, okay? I'm just gonna stand up. And I'm doing it already. So I've already done it, guys. So I can't fail. I can't fail. Okay. Thing is, if you laugh, that's a bonus. If not, I'm still standing, okay? Now, last year was my first year at Mount Hermon. It's a great time. Come by myself. You guys are a great family. I love so much I came back. I brought my wife here today. Yeah, that's her. So that she can record me. Yeah, that's why she's here. So I'm really glad she's here. And so we're in our room and stuff. We get our packet. We see the guidebook, right? This thing with the schedule. The guidebook. We look at each other, we look at the guidebook, and we're like, this is a cruise ship. It's got everything. Do you see? It's got breakfast buffet, lunch buffet, dinner buffet. If that was enough, you got pizza after the buffets. Was anybody even hungry? Right? You got pizza, you got donuts, all this stuff, so you're always full, right? The thing is, I go and I look at my tray of food, and I'm like, man, I'm not even hungry, but it'd just be disrespectful if I didn't eat it, right? So, you know, for the sake of community, for the sake of fellowship, just continue eating and stuff. And the thing is like, it's better than a cruise because you got seminars, you got workshops, you got all these sorts of things. Pancake Ridge, that was awesome this morning. And then aerial adventure where I almost died. Man, if you guys heard somebody, like a 48-year-old man screaming today, that was me. I was literally really scared. I was scared out of my wits. That's why I was so willing to do this, because I'm like, I've lived, okay? So I could do anything. I have nothing to lose. Seriously. Man, that was, my hands are so sweaty. We got Pancake Ridge, like I said, aerial adventures. We got old school songs, praise nights with Dean the other day. How many of you guys were there with that? That was awesome, right? Sing all these songs, and I realize I know a lot of these songs. I know some of you guys are like, you're too old, you're too young to know those songs. No, I'm not, okay? I know a lot of those songs, like Come Unto Me, okay? Some of you guys might know that, right? And so we're singing Come Unto Me, right? And you guys know this written by somebody here, right? And so that somebody was there while we're singing the song. And I was like, I sang the song when I was a kid. And so I'm here singing the song with the guy that wrote the song, okay? And then guess what happened? So I'm thinking to myself, it's like, you know, he must be super happy because we sang his song. But right after song, West Terrasaki, where are you? Okay, he's not here. I can talk to him about him. Oh, shoot, he's here. Is he here? Good, I'm going to keep talking about him. All right. So he comes up slowly. I'm like, what is he going to say? What's going to happen? We just sang a song. So he grabs the microphone. He goes, you guys want to know how you really sing this song? True story. So he gets up there and he teaches us how to sing his song correctly. And he says, man, I don't know why JEMS keeps getting it wrong. And I'm thinking to myself, no, Wes, we've been singing like this all along. You're getting it wrong. This is how you sing a song. You go up. And he's like, no, you go down. You go up later. I still don't know how to sing it, but hey, thank you, Wes. Thank you, Wes. So we're singing this song. It's great. It's better than a cruise ship. But you know what I think is missing? What would make this Mount Hermon so much better, so much more holier, and just out of this world, so much, I don't know, so much more sacred if we had karaoke. Okay? Yeah. Have any thought about that? Karaoke maybe next year? Okay, I can help run that maybe, I don't know. And a nightclub. Okay? And I know some of you guys would be down with things. Some of you extroverts, like you right here. Yeah, that's true. I remember we were at the first timers. It was crazy. We need something for extroverts, guys. The other night I was walking back, it was late at night, I was like to my wife, like, is there a nightclub? Like, they have everything else, right? Snacks, everything, not a nightclub. Okay. Can you imagine we're at the nightclub, if we had one, and we're singing techno, like praise songs. You guys remember Nitro Praise? Okay, that was really good. You know, can you imagine that, you know, having that to sort of beat to Come On To Me, right? It's Come On To Me. Wes, what do you think about that? Yeah, he's nodding. He's nodding, okay? That means he's approving. Okay, so imagine like we're there at the nightclub and everything, of course the Mount Hermon nightclub, we're singing this, Come On To Me, and DJ spinning and all that stuff to that song. Of course after we're dancing and all, Wes is gonna come up, of course, he's gonna come up, grab the mic. Guys, that's how you sing the song, that's how you dance. Can you imagine that? Maybe in heaven, maybe on there, maybe in the 7th millionth floor up there. Now all this started in my head, right? All this started when my wife and I, we were bringing our kids to cruise ships. We love cruising, okay? That's what I'm talking about this. We love cruising, we bring ourselves to cruises, and the thing is, when they're in bed, as a nocturnal extrovert, I'm walking around thinking about like, what is there to do here? So I walk into the only thing that's open besides like a cafe with food, I walk into, like I said, a nightclub, right? And I go in there, I'm like, I don't know anybody here, but what do I have to lose? I got Jesus, right? Yeah, Jesus, you could do anything, guys, okay? So I go and I start dancing there, by myself, alone and sober, okay? Just dancing there, and the thing is, you start meeting people, which is really crazy. On a cruise ship, you start realizing there's the same people every day and everything, and the next morning, I'm like talking to people, it's like, hey, and I would introduce people to my wife, she's just like, how are you meeting these people? I was like, oh, at the club, right? So I'm just introducing her to all these people. By the end of the cruise, literally, like, you just know everybody there. Like, it was my club, right? It was a place where I just knew the people. And people would ask me, right? People would ask me, hey, so what do you do? Like, in the darkness while we're dancing. And I would be like, yeah, I'm a pastor. Right? I'm a pastor. What else did you think, right? So, they would ask that, and the crazy thing is, their response was basically like, what? And you would be here? And the thing is, I had to like kind of like think about what that really meant. And the thing is, as I engaged them more, like these are people outside the church, right? As I engaged them more, I realized they weren't saying like, hey, you would be here because you would be sitting like a pastor, but they would actually mean like, you would be here with me, right? You would hang out with me. And they started saying things like, wait, man, I'd go to your church, right? And these are the very people who think they would burn up, you know, if they were going to church, or like God would judge them. And I started realizing something here. There's something about what people are thinking about who God is. And I was like, what's going on? And I kind of kept that in the back of my head. I was just like, okay, what's going on? I kept dancing, right? And so it was like, I was realizing the confidence, the boldness that was in me, you know, it came from the gospel. And I had nothing to lose, something to offer. Light shines in the darkness, right? Okay, last story. One time on this cruise, I met these two guys, young guys, and they're buddies, real good friends with each other. And later on, you found out, oh yeah, you go to nightclub, cool, me too. All right, sweet, I'll see you there. And so I go there that night. They're at the bar, they're drinking, right? And I go past, kind of go past them, about to go past them, and because I'm ready to go dance. The thing is, you eat all this buffet. That's why we need that nightclub, by the way, so we can dance off all the stuff we ate here. Okay, so I'm going towards there. I see them there. It's like, hey, y'all gonna go? And they're like, no. Maybe, yes, we will, but we need a little bit more, right? We need a little bit more to drink to kind of loosen up. How about you? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll grab something. So I order something from the bar. I know there's kids here, but whatever. Okay, so I order something from the bar, and they're like, hey, how many is that for you? And I'm like, what do you mean? I've been drinking all day. And they're like, you've been drinking all day? And they kind of look at me, and I'm like, what's wrong with it? Oh, and I had to correct them. I got the non-alcoholic package, right? Because I'm too cheap to get the alcoholic package. That thing is expensive, okay? So I get the soda and the mocktail package, of course. So I'm here with a nojito, which is basically all the mint, none of the regret, right? So get a nojito. And so I think they just had a moment of realization. They looked at me and they go, wait, this whole week, we've been seeing you on the dance floor. You're telling me that you've been sober all week. You're telling me you didn't drink anything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's our mocktails and stuff. Like, I would if it didn't cost anything, but I didn't because it cost something, right? Then I had a realization. What? These guys thought I was drunk all week. And I had to really think back. It's like, they thought I was drunk all week. That's the crazy thing, guys. When you have the gospel, you can have this boldness and confidence that the world will not understand. They will blame it on drinks. They will blame it on alcohol. They say that's liquid courage. I say it's living water, baby. Right? It's living water. See, from then on, and this is a true story, by the way, okay? This is a true story. I knew God was calling me to engage the world. I knew that. I was like, you know what? There's so many people who have yet to hear the good news. The good news that has set me free. That has set us all free. Free to dance, free to shine, and free to stand up. You guys have been great.